I've been off Accutane for about 3 years now, so I thought now would be a good time to talk about my experience. So for me, Accutane definitely was a last resort. It is a very serious drug with some pretty serious side effects, so I definitely wanted to make sure that I had exhausted all my other options before going that route. For the most part, I had pretty good skin for most of my life, maybe just a little bit of texture on my forehead here and there, but the summer of 2018 was really when shit hit the fan. So at first it started out with some texture on my cheeks like this. It wasn't horrible at this point, definitely still manageable, but then I started to get more cystic breakouts within this area, which were really painful, and they would also leave behind really dark marks that would last for months. Honestly, at this time, I was really self-conscious about my skin. Because I was so insecure about it, I really didn't take very many pictures, so these pictures honestly don't really do it that much justice on how bad it truly was. I also had a really bad habit of picking my skin, so that was just a recipe for disaster. Enter Accutane. The brand that I took was called Epirus, and I was on it for about 5 months. And if I'm remembering correctly, I took 40 milligrams for the first month and then 60 milligrams for the remaining months. For my first month on Epirus, my skin got a lot worse before it got better. I honestly didn't take any pictures during this time because I hated the way that my skin looked. So as far as side effects, chapped lips was definitely the worst one. You can see in this picture just how cracked and shriveled my lips were at all times. It was really painful. I also used to get little cracks and splits in the corners of my mouth. Along with really dry lips, I also had really dry eyes. I wear contacts, so during that time I opted for glasses most of the time just because that was what was more comfortable. This picture is a little funny, but it just goes to show how dry your skin truly gets when you're on Accutane. I was always flaky, peeling around my mouth. Accutane literally turns you into a snake. So I think this picture was around the 4-month mark. I have never seen my skin this clear before. It was literally like porcelain. And here you can really see a close-up of my pores. There's not a speck of anything within any of them. I think the only side effect that I actually liked was that my hair never got greasy ever. I do still get the occasional breakout from time to time, if it's around my period, but for the most part, my skin has stayed pretty clear. This is my face right now. I don't have any makeup or anything on. Overall, my experience with Accutane was a very positive one. It genuinely did change my life because it really boosted my self-confidence in my skin.